Ivan. Now we are going to discuss part 2 of Sigalovada Sutta. You may have had an idea after watching part 1 of this series. Now today we are going to discuss the second part of the Sigalovada Sutta. What are the 6 channels of wasting wealth that one should not pursue? So these are the 6 channels. Indulgence in intoxicants, which leads to some state of madness and lack of attention. You know, intoxicants. Intoxicants make your mind kind of a little bit crazy, and then you forget things. And then number 2, strolling in streets at inappropriate hours, like in midnight. So in the daytime, it is advisable to go to the street. But when the night time comes, when the darkness prevails, it is advisable to stay at home. Then number 3, incessant or too often attendance in theatrical shows. Too much of anything is not good. So even the theatrical shows. And number 4, indulgence in gambling, which is not good. Gambling is not good. And if you make somebody gambling, that is also not good. Because then you are organizing the gambling atmosphere, gambling business, gambling places, letting people engage in gambling. That is also not good. And number 5, association with bad friends. So bad friends will take you to many bad places. So because you don't know, sometimes without knowing you associate with bad friends. You don't know, but ultimately you will be in danger. You don't know until you have fallen into the trap, but finally, sometimes when you have realized that, you may be too late. And then number 6, the habit of idleness or laziness, being lazy. So this will bring people distraction. If you are lazy, if you are idle, if you don't work on time, if you don't do the work that you have to do, that will bring you distraction. So then we will analyze one by one. And let's go to the first one, intoxicants. So there are 6 evil consequences occur when indulging in intoxicants. What are they? So let's go one by one. First one, you lose your wealth because you have to spend money for intoxicants. Number 2, you may face unwanted quarrels. After you take intoxicants, sometimes you don't know what you do, and sometimes you don't remember what you say on the following day. So this state of mind will lead you to unwanted problems. And then number 3, you will be open to disease, because once your mind is intoxicated, you don't know if there is a corona victim near you. You don't know. You will be open to disease. And number 4, you will also earn a bad reputation. This may give you bad reputation. So if you are drunk, and when people know that you are drunk and you are doing unwanted things, so that will give you a bad reputation. And then as a result of intoxicated mind, you may shamelessly expose your body to the world which should be covered without knowing, because your mind is intoxicated. Intoxicated mind may lead you to destruction. And then also, we know this is toxic. So this is poison. So this will destroy your brain cells. So you will become weak in your intellect as a result of intoxicants. And then we will go to the next main point. Strolling in streets at inappropriate hours, like in midnight. So here also there are 6 evil consequences of strolling in streets at inappropriate hours. Number 1, you are unprotected and unguarded because it's dark. You don't know who will come to you, and you don't have any sort of protection around you. So even the police is sleeping at this time, so you are not protected. You will face unwanted problems like theft because you are unguarded. And then On the other hand, when you look at your family, your wife and children are unprotected and unguarded. So the same thing to your family also, because you are not there. So you are the protector of the family, and your wife and children are unprotected and unguarded. And then your property is unprotected and unguarded. So you are unguarded, you are unprotected and unguarded, your wife and children are unprotected and unguarded, and your property is now unprotected and unguarded. And then when we are strolling in the midnight and like inappropriate hours in the street, you will be suspected of evil deeds, and somebody can suspect you if something happens. So you will become a suspect, and also you are subject to false rumors, and at the same time you meet with many unwanted troubles. And then we go to the next point, number 3, incessant or too often attendance in theatrical shows. So what are the evil consequences? There are 6 again. What are they? Now, if you are frequent in these theatrical shows, you are kind of addictive. You are addicted to these things. So then as a result, you are always thinking where there is dancing, you are always thinking where there is singing, you are always thinking where there is music, you are always thinking where there is recitation, you are always thinking where there is playing with cymbals, and you are always thinking where there is pot blowing. So these are the theatrical items was there in the Buddha's time. Now we have many. Now we have cinema. So we have like modern theater, and you have huge musical shows. Now there are much more theatrical shows than in the Buddha's time. So too much of these things are also not good. So next one is indulging in gambling. So there are 6 evil consequences in indulging in gambling. What are they? So the winner. In gambling, there is always a winner and a loser. So in gambling, the winner begets hate. So he will be subject to hatred by the losers. So he will be a victim. And the loser grieves for lost wealth, because now once somebody is winning, somebody is losing. So in gambling, there are players and also there are owners, the people who make gambling happen, and they are always the winners. So gambling owners are always the winners because they are looting your money, making a competition between you. The gambling owners are taking your money. So at last they will win and you will become victims, and you will be addicted also. Gambling is addictive. So the winner begets hate, the loser grieves for lost wealth, and at the same time you lose your wealth. And then if you are a gambler, your word is not trusted in a court of law. So gamblers are not accepted in the society. Even they don't believe you. So you are looked down upon by your friends and associates. If you are a gambler, nobody will like to be friends with you if you are a gambler. That will happen to you. And also the same thing will happen to the people who organize these gambling shows. So although people smiles with them, from inside they think that these people are the people who make the society's downfall. And if you are a gambler, you are not sought after for matrimony. So that means nobody will like to give their daughter to you to get married, because the people would say you are a gambler and you are not fit to look after a wife. So gambling is disaster for your life, and it is such a shameless activity and also a shameless business. Now we have come to the end of part 2. Now the final part will be coming in the next video.